So I'm going to show you a couple things. I got these cans of beans given to me and I'm very grateful for them. This one has a picture of the my choosemyplate.gov kind of arrangement, and then on the back there's a recipe that doesn't seem to follow those guidelines really at all. But it has a nice little easy to open top. Anyway, and then there's this can of beans that was given to me. I much prefer this one to the other one. So there we go, let's find it. It says, can lining produced without the intentional addition of BPA. So it might have it in there, but they didn't intend on putting it in there, I guess. So that's something. And anyway, I look forward to eating this one, although I will have to use the can opener to open it. Whatever. Now this was given to us, and we were actually given two, but I lost one along the way. I haven't been able to keep track of things and whatever for a while. Anyway, it has a picture of, you know, it's linen and sky, and there's like laundry blowing in the breeze. This guy's driving through it in his convertible, which is probably the safest way to use this in a convertible, because then at least you'll have the toxins in the product will just be flying through the air. Anyway, it has this big warning on the back to keep out of reach of children and pets, which I don't know. You have this in your car, and what's out of reach of children in the car? Anyway, and apparently it'll melt your plastic, so you got to keep it out. James doesn't want to use it. We're not going to use that. And this movie was great, The Odyssey. It's about the Cousteau family. Anyway, I'll talk about that in a minute. So I'll set this down. I'm just going to sit down. Oh! And I'm going to get some snow melting on me, I think. It looks like. I thought I picked a good spot where it wouldn't be melting. It's actually not that bad out here right now. I've just had a glass of celery juice and a glass of carrot juice, and now I'm having cucumber mixed with that amped hydration powder. I'm gonna get totally soaked. Anyway, and I realized it looks like, you know, because I had such a good lunch here of these juiced things, looks like I'm doing a healthy move today, but I didn't start off, like I did start off my day right with the cabbage, with the turmeric and stuff, and then I followed that with, I went out to the Salvation Army Furniture Depot and got some apple strudel to bring to Bob, and I don't know if you can see the water dripping on me, and so I sat down and ate some treats that had been put out, and I drank some coffee, which I'm told is decaffeinated, which that's probably even worse for I can't remember. I read about decaffeination process, and apparently they have to use toxins or something to get the caffeine out. I don't know. I can't remember. I just know it's good to stay away from the stuff. Anyway, so I started on 5-HTP today because I'm not snapping out of it. Like I was already down. You definitely saw that. And then I just keep getting more down. So some things happened in death and whatnot, and I'm just not. Anyway. So we'll see how that works out. And if that isn't cutting it, well, I can always switch to St. John's wort because like it increases photosensitivity, but I'm not going to get a sunburn this time of year. And I actually prefer the St. John's wort. It works like a charm. Anyway, but I just happen to have some 5-HTP around, so but I definitely recommend the Odyssey. I'm not into Jacques Cousteau. I watched some of his films and I thought they were bad, and like when I was young. Now I did like, my dad used to play Brian Eno album En attendant Cousteau, which is beautiful, and I don't know, I just but watching that movie, The Odyssey, you're watching right along, and then you get to the end and you realize that it's not actually about Jacques Cousteau so much, even though he's like, he puts himself right in the spotlight all the time. But it's actually about his son, Pierre. And like at the end you realize right along that it always has been, but you just didn't notice. It was really well done, and I'm really emotional because I just am lately. So I don't know, you might watch it and you might be like, oh, that's not as good as Paulina's. It seems like it is, or whatever. Oh, well, I'm just, beautiful things are touching me right now more than they would otherwise. Well, everything is. And I brought this cushion out and I decided to have a little deck talk thing. Not that I feel like it, but just because I have to clean out this cooler. It's a mess in there. I left it since I picked berries, and some of the berries were left in it. Well, like remnants of squish stuff, which, you know what that's turned into by now. It's terrible. So now I have to clean it like that. But then I can use it for storing things in the porch, which is good. Because then the coolers work out really great that way. You're not using them in the fall very much to go travel about to keep your food cool, but you can keep it warm enough for not freezing, and it stays like a cool, nice cool temperature in the porch in the cooler. So it's a good way to bring in the harvest without bringing it right in, and because your fridge is probably already full, mine is, so this works out really well. Lately we're given a lot of celery, which is great. You know, James isn't sick of the celery juice. I asked him this morning, I'm like, you're probably getting sick of celery juice. And he said, no, you know, once you have kale, it all scales down from there. So or up, I don't know what he said, but he's not minding he actually enjoys the celery juice, he said. It's not. Anyway, I'm getting dripped on a lot, and this is a less pleasant experience than I expected. I think I'm going to wait to clean the cooler until it stops melting.